Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome in if this is your first time being here. My name is Melissa. My channel is called Empowered Gems Tarot, and in today's reading, we're going to be looking into the question, how do they feel about you, blunt AF? But this is going to be for a low to no contact situation. There will also be an extended of this reading featured over on my Patreon, where we're going to be taking a look into your person's next move or action based on the state of the current energy that we pick up on today. So link to those will be in the description box down below if you want to check that out as well. Remember that this is a general collective reading on YouTube, so messages will vary and how specifically they'll resonate with each individual viewer out there. So if anything in this reading feels confusing or doesn't really feel like it fits what you know your situation to be, just release it, let it go, understand the messages are likely for somebody else out there in the collective. If you all needed a personal reading and you wanted to book one with me, the link to my website is in the description box down below. I do offer a service called How Do They Feel Blunt AF, which is done almost exactly like how we're going to do it here on YouTube. So if you need that more personalized guidance, there's always that option there for you if these general readings on YouTube just are not hitting it for you. But with all of that being said, now we can go ahead and choose your reading. So we have 3 today to pick from. If you're drawn to reading 1, we're going to be working with the Mahogany Tarot and this sort of brown black crystal. If you're drawn to reading number 2, we're working with the Magickal Dogs Tarot and this rose quartz. And if you're drawn to reading 3, we're going to be working with the Tarot of the Divine and this turquoise colored heart. So go ahead and take a deep breath. Think about your person and what you need to know about their feelings in this no contact situation. Choose the crystal or deck that you feel the most intuitively connected to. And when you're ready, you can scroll down to the description box below to locate the timestamp that will skip you ahead to your chosen reading. See you there. Hey group 1, welcome to your reading. So today we're going to be looking into how they feel blunt AF, your person. And over here on the main channel, we'll be looking at just that. How are they feeling about you in this no to low contact situation? If this reading resonates with you and you want further guidance, there will be an extended version of this reading offered on my Patreon, where we're going to take a look into their next likely action toward you as the energy stands today. So let's go ahead and jump into their overall energy. So where they stand, we have cycle repeat, same drama, different day, stuck loop. We have boot up. Now the song is cycling through my head. And then we have calling back. This is the moon in Sagittarius. All right. So I don't know, you guys, I kind of get the vibe that this is the classic case of, wants you when it's convenient for them, but then they leave. It's like, it's giving very back and forth energy to me. Spirit is saying that this person is stuck in some sort of a cycle. And with the boot up energy, they certainly like the benefits of the connection that they have with you. So whether you guys are doing any of the things here, like hooking up or spending nights together, or just sort of acting as if you're in a relationship without really being in a relationship, I think this person comes back around because they like receiving the benefits that they get from you. But they're stuck. This person is stuck. I feel like they're not very happy. I feel like they're searching for meaning in their life. And even with this card right here, the moon in Sagittarius, like your person, look at the dynamic here. We have someone that's sitting here like waiting and calling back her person. You see the little dolls that she has, and her person is like driving away on a motorcycle. So Sagittarius energy, it's expansive. It likes to explore. And I think that your person really craves freedom and autonomy. And I think they are in a very exploratory phase. I feel like you guys are one of the things that they like to explore, but I'm very much getting the sense that this person does not want to be tied down in any way, shape, or form at this time. So let's continue. What else, Spirit, can you tell us about this person's true feelings toward my group number 1 viewers? How do they feel about my group 1 viewers? I also like picking up on this hesitancy. It's like in their heart space, there's like this sense of holding back. So this person may struggle with emotional expression. They also may have their guard up. In fact, I feel like they do have their guard up. When it comes to letting you in all the way, it's very difficult for them. And that could be, again, part of the cycle that they're in. I think what Spirit is pointing to for you, my viewer, with this card is that, you know, I definitely feel, and we're going to see if you guys go to the extended, we're going to be taking a look to see if they're coming back around or what their next action is. I'm already guided to say that whatever they do next is probably the same thing they've always done, right? It's just repeating the same loop, repeating the same cycle. Same thing, different day, right? That's just the energy that they're in right now. So how do they feel about group one, please, Spirit? We've got the Fool in reverse. So remember I was saying there was that hesitancy that I was getting, very much echoed with the Fool in reverse. What else? I feel like they're not that confident in themselves either. We have the Ten of Swords in reverse. How does this person feel about group one, please, Spirit? Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Clarifying the Fool, please. The Devil. Temperance. Two of Swords. Six of Cups in reverse here at the bottom. So I definitely feel that there's a sense of your person wanting to get out of a comfort zone, right? Again, they're exploring. So it's not that they don't feel connected to you. Actually, I feel like this person is highly attracted to you guys physically, right? And they definitely feel very comforted and nurtured around you. And if you guys are physically intimate, again, they enjoy those benefits. But with the Six of Cups in reverse, I feel like they're restless right now. It's like the Six of Cups, it's nostalgia, it's the past, it's history, it's comfort zones. And with that Sagittarius energy, I just feel like they're craving expansion, like something different from this connection right now. But I feel like there's still potential that they're going to come back around because of the cycle that they're in and the boot up energy. So again, with the Fool, hesitant. They feel hesitant about moving forward with you. And I actually feel for some of you guys with the Devil in reverse, there is a sense that they maybe have clocked the pattern that's not healthy here from their perspective. And so the Fool in reverse with the Devil in reverse actually feels like a positive energy of self-awareness for your person, where it's like they know that they need to be a little bit more cautious in how they deal with you because there's something about the situation or their habits that suck them back into the cycle, and they're not wanting to repeat that. This person is wanting to like move away from the past, maybe move away from toxicity. And not saying that you guys are toxic or that they think you're toxic necessarily. If that resonates, if they've said that to you, take it as it resonates for you. But to me, it just feels like this Devil in reverse is more this person's pattern, their own unhealthy patterns, or maybe even the dynamic of the patterns of this connection collectively. And so they're moving with caution and keeping their heart kind of locked down a little bit as it comes to you, because they don't want to get sucked back into something. I feel like your person right now is very much in a space of wanting to rebalance things. They're acknowledging in their energy that there's been some sort of a painful ending in this situation. They're starting to see the bright side. They're starting to move on, starting to move forward. And with that Temperance card, rebalancing their energy. And I also feel, for some of you guys, I feel like this person, they still have like a foot into the situation. They aren't fully out of it, but they're trying to exercise moderation when it comes to you. I think they know that they're very tempted by you. And so with this Temperance card, they're trying to moderate their interactions with you and just do things like a little bit at a time, taking things slow, making sure that they're staying grounded. Because I feel like this person has a tendency to get like really swept up or really lost in your energy. And that doesn't necessarily mean there's anything wrong with you or that you're doing it on purpose. It's just their pattern and their attraction to you, group one. Now, one thing I will say is in this energy, again, we're looking at low to no contact. So we've got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse and the Two of Swords in reverse. I think that this person is now like making a decision about this connection. They're now in a space where they're not afraid to just kind of choose not to put in effort, right? Like this is almost like the elephant of the room has been acknowledged. So I don't know if you guys have had a talk with them or if they've said something or if they've just started acting according to how they feel. But the Eight of Pentacles in reverse is when we're not really putting effort into something. We want it to feel easy. And the Two of Swords in reverse is saying we've made the decision that that's the approach we're going to take, right? So they very much just want to feel free. They want to feel like this is easy. They're not wanting to put in a lot of effort here. And they're definitely exercising some sort of caution or restraint when it comes to you, okay? So let's see, what else, Spirit, can you tell us about Group 1 and their person? What are their person's true feelings and emotions toward my Group 1 viewers here? We have victimized. Okay. Yeah, it's like, I don't think that they're the most empowered person. I feel like this is a person who might feel like things just happen to them. Like, oh, I get caught up in pile one's energy because, or group one's energy because like, they're just too tempting. It's just the circumstances. My circumstances didn't allow, I'm hearing like, you know, I think that they act like they don't have as much power as they actually do. We have butterflies. So they still feel that excitement when it comes to you, but again, they're trying to moderate it with the Temperance card. They're trying to take it slow and be patient. And we have paranoid. And we have addicted. So there's definitely still some toxic energy here, Group 1. I think a part of them feels a little guilty that they're not putting in the effort, right? Like they feel paranoid of like, oh, how are they going to react? How is Group 1 going to react to this? What are they going to say? There also could be something for some of you all around work that this person feels paranoid about, like something that they didn't put effort into or didn't do enough, didn't pay attention to the details, and they're like, there's a fear of it coming out a little bit for some reason. And that could apply whether you work with them or not. All right, let's see. How do they feel? Message cards from Group 1's person, please, Spirit. I'm keeping you at arm's length. Exactly. So that hesitant energy, not wanting to fully engage, but not fully letting it go either. Ooh, I see you as a parental figure. That's interesting. So this person kind of defers to you, right? Like, again, where we're saying like they don't seem to be taking accountability or being really empowered in their situation, in their own circumstances, or in their own sense of agency. They see you as the authority figure. In this connection, for some of you guys, this person, you might remind this person of their parent, like a mom or a father figure in their life. Maybe that's part of like the cycle repeating as inner child stuff is coming up that they're not addressing. But yeah, they kind of defer to you as the person that's in charge here. They look to you as the one that has the answers. They look to you as the leader, the one that takes care of things. And they're definitely not doing that with that victim energy. One more. It's not that deep. Which I feel is kind of fake because look at this. You're mysterious and alluring. It deeply intrigues me. They're definitely drawn to you. I think they're trying to kind of minimize things as if it's not that deep. It's not that big a deal. I don't know why, but I feel like whatever they're paranoid about with effort or work, that's been addressed here or that they want to address. It's like they're trying to act like, oh, that wasn't that big a deal. But I feel like it was a big deal. So this is what I'm seeing for their feelings, Group 1. If you're going to end the reading for me, reading with me here, comment below and let me know how this resonates with you. If you want to join me over on Patreon for the extended, we're going to take a look next at what their next likely move or action is toward you. So that'll be linked in the description box down below if you guys would like to join me there. If not, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next reading really soon. Bye. Hey group 2, welcome to your reading. If you guys were drawn to the rose quartz with the Magical Dogs Tarot, this is going to be your message, and today we're going to be looking into a low to no contact situation where we're going to see how your person is feeling about you, blunt AF. If this reading here on the main channel resonates with you, group 2, there will also be an extended offered over on my Patreon where we're going to look into your person's next likely action toward you as the energy stands today. So let's go ahead and jump into their overall energy. So we have you never showed up, absent effort, emotionally unavailable, and done trying. This is where they currently stand. We also have sexual connection. I want to get you out of those clothes. And we have attraction, the sun. Oof. All right, group 2. So one thing that I will say is that I do think that this person is still highly, highly attracted to you. So I know that you guys are in a low to no contact situation. They very much view this as a sexual connection. They're looking at you right now through a sexual lens. You really stand out to them. You really, really stand out to them. And I feel like they want to explore this connection in that way. If they haven't yet, that's something that they're really interested in, or that they want to continue to do if it's something that you guys have already been pursuing with them or engaging in with them. But this person is also showing up in an energy of like being emotionally unavailable or kind of absent in some regard, which I guess it makes sense if you guys are in low to no contact. I'm wondering if for some of you guys, if that's how they're viewing you right now. Like maybe you guys from their perspective kind of ice them out or something like that. But for a lot of you guys, I just feel like it's showing them being very sexually attracted, but emotionally distant. So let's take a look and see what else we can get. How do they feel, Spirit, about group 2? How does this person truly feel about group 2? The Emperor in reverse. This person could be a little bit older than you. It may not necessarily be the case, but that could be for some of you. The Queen of Wands. Okay. The Wheel. The Five of Swords in reverse. The Devil. The Knight of Pentacles. And then we have the Eight of Swords reversed at the bottom of the deck. All right. So what I kind of feel, you guys, is that this person with this Emperor in reverse, it almost feels like they are just not stable. Like they're not in a stable place where they're really wanting a commitment, right? The Emperor in reverse is someone who can be a little sloppy. You know, they can be a little bit unavailable, unpredictable. They don't have their stuff together fully. And it may not be that this person outwardly doesn't have it together, because we have the Knight of Pentacles here. So they might be building in their career, or they might be successful or working towards progress in their material life. But I just feel like with this never showed up stuff, it's like, I think they really struggle with commitment. I think they really struggle with effort, boundaries, consistency. And this person may also have a tendency to kind of shut down and walk away when things get difficult for them emotionally, right? The Emperor in reverse can be somebody who uses power and control dynamics in a really unhealthy way. And with the Five of Swords in reverse here, it's almost like they're saying, I didn't get my way. I'm not going to win that battle, so I'm just going to not talk, right? Like I could see them doing that, kind of giving the silent treatment because they are being petty over something. They don't feel like they won something here. Now, that being said, the sexual and physical attraction is very loud in this spread because they're viewing you, my viewer, as this Queen of Wands. So they see you as very attractive. I heard sexy. They're really attracted to you. They see you as this bold, confident, feminine energy. And it's clarified here by the Devil. Okay, so that you definitely hold a lot of power over them with your physicality, with your energy, your confidence. This person feels a little obsessed, I would say. And they definitely enjoy physical connection with you. But things are changing here with the Wheel and this Knight of Pentacles, right? There's a sense of something in this person's circumstances changing, or something about this connection shifting and changing. I'm noticing the seasons in this card. Do you guys see that? How there's like this spring, summer energy transitioning into fall and winter energy. It makes me feel like maybe you and this person, maybe you're in some sort of a winter season, or things are just changing within this connection. And there's something about stability here with this Knight of Pentacles, right? So it could be, like I was saying earlier, that this person has put distance between you because there's something with work that's important to them right now, something about their material, or maybe even this, for some of you, this person might want to show up more stably, but they're still in a building phase. I feel like this person watches you, because this looks like, I don't know what kind of dog it is, but this dog always reminds me of an old dog, an old family dog that we had, he was like a border collie mix, which those are herding dogs. So yeah, I feel like this person is highly alert over you. Like, they watch what you do. They want to know where you are. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, I feel like this person needs to feel like they have a job, or that they have a role that they're playing in your world. Or maybe just in life in general. Let's get some clarity here. What are their true emotions and feelings, Spirit, toward group 2 in this low to no contact situation? We have love. Okay, tell me more. We have awkward. Oh, okay. Insecure. And then we have envy. Interesting. So yeah, I think this person compares themselves to you, group 2. It's something about, they're insecure about their life circumstances or changes that they're going through, or something with their career, their work, their material. And they might be feeling some comparison energy with you, right? Where maybe they see how confident and bold you are with this Queen of Wands. It makes them feel a little awkward or disempowered. We have an 8 of Swords here. It is in reverse, but this is about like just not feeling empowered, feeling kind of stuck, analysis paralysis mentally. But yeah, there's something about your boldness and your fieriness and your physical appearance that intimidates them, I feel, or they compare themselves. I also wonder if you guys had like an awkward, intimate moment that this person is a little bit hung up on right now. I feel like that could be the case. But we have love energy here. So that's interesting, right? Because I was initially getting a little bit of a petty vibe from this, and maybe that's true for some of you. But with the 5 of Swords in reverse, I definitely feel like this person, there's like potential for them to open up and be vulnerable here, especially with it being clarified by love. Now, the Emperor in reverse is still kind of a red flag, because it does tell me that they still aren't really in their power at this time. But maybe they distance themselves, or, you know, there's a sense of walking away from a losing battle out of love, right? So let's see. Let's close it out here with some message cards, and then we'll transition into the extended. So how does this person truly feel about group 2, please, Spirit? You inspire me. Ooh. Yeah, they look up to you. I heard pedestal, but I think that there's something about your confidence and your boldness that really lights them up. I have a crush on you. Okay. And I'm holding myself accountable, but then we have comfortable with the status quo. So it's like they're not really looking to change anything with you. I think that the changes with the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Pentacles are about them doing something that they're supposed to do within their outer world, right? Some sort of change or shift in this connection is happening due to the outer world or circumstances that are happening around them that they have to show up stability for. And maybe this is why you guys are drifting or why we're in that low to no contact situation. But like I was saying, I think they're still watching you, group 2. I think they're still watching you. I think they're still keeping tabs. They definitely are super, super attracted to you. But there's certainly some insecurities that are holding this person back, and I think some life circumstances. So we're going to close it out here on the main channel, group 2. If you're ending the reading with me here, please comment below and let me know how this resonated and what's happening with your person. And if this is kind of resonating well with you and you want to join me on Patreon for an extended, we're going to next take a look at what their next action will be. So I'll see you guys over there, hopefully. Bye. Hey, group 3, and welcome to your reading. If you guys were drawn to this little turquoise heart and the Tarot of the Divine, this is going to be your message. So today on the main channel, we're going to be looking into a low to no contact situation and trying to understand how your person is currently feeling about you, blunt AF, of course. And then if this resonates for you, there'll be an extended of this reading over on my Patreon where we're going to look into their next action. So let's begin by taking a look at where they stand energetically with regard to their feelings. All right, we've got, I gave you my all. This says overgiving, drained, and love unreturned. We have needy. Wow, this is where they stand, you guys. And then we have jealousy, Pluto energy coming up here. Oof. All right, group 3. So where do they stand? This person, it's intense. I don't think they're really in the best place right now. I feel like this person is feeling drained. I feel like they're depleted. I feel like they're needing something from you or wanting something from you that they feel like they haven't gotten from their perspective, right? This person might feel like they gave a lot to this connection and didn't get what they deserved in return. This person is showing as being needy in their energy towards you. And I feel like they are also watching you, right? There's jealousy energy here. So this person doesn't want anyone else to have you. This person might be feeling a little bit possessive over you. If you guys are talking to someone else or with someone else, or even if it's just not in a romantic sense, but in a friend sense, I don't think they like that. There's intensity here with Pluto. So let's see. The thing about this person, though, that I already am getting is that I think that they have a lot of healing and inner work that they need to do, especially with that Pluto energy being here, because this person, they might have jealous tendencies. Like with that needy coming up and the jealous energy coming up, this could be somebody who clings too tight in relationships because maybe they feel anxious or insecure, and it ends up pushing people away. So that Pluto energy is there to kind of nudge this person into a change, right? To kind of unearthing where that's coming from so that they can transmute it and heal it. All right, Spirit. So how does group 3's person truly feel about them? How does group number 3's person truly feel about them? The 5 of Swords. The Eight of Swords in reverse. The Seven of Pentacles in reverse. The Three of Wands in reverse. Ooh, the Four of Swords. Lots of swords energy here. And the Queen of Cups in reverse. And then we have the Moon here at the bottom of the deck. So this person is not seeing things clearly right now. And there's the King of Cups. They're not seeing things clearly. I think that they're not in the best place mentally as it pertains to this connection. They have a lot of fears about where this is going. And I also think that they don't understand themselves. I don't think that they've done the work to understand why they feel the way that they do. This person is the King of Cups. So this is somebody who feels very deeply. But the King of Cups is somebody who has to work to master and have authority over their emotions. And I just don't feel like they're in that space quite yet of mastering that and understanding their emotions and the depth of what they feel and why and where it comes from, okay? Whew. So lots of swords. This person's really in their head. They could have some heavy air placements in their chart as well. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But how do they feel, group 3? So Five of Swords, Three of Wands in reverse. I think that this person is very much in their head. You know, that Five of Swords can talk about futile efforts, petty energy, losing battles that aren't worth fighting. It can also come up when somebody's playing games. And I feel like this person, they might play games out of insecurity, right? It's the type of energy where I'm not going to send them a text for 2 hours because it took them 2 hours to respond to me. It's like that petty energy where we're just not being ourselves. We're playing games that don't really get us to the goal that we want, right? If this person is struggling with that, because I feel like there's something about communication with all these letters here. It's like, if that's really what they're going through, what they need to do is say, hey, pile 3, sometimes I struggle with feeling anxious when I don't get a response from you for 2 hours. I know that it's not your responsibility to fix that, but what do you think about that? Like, just open up the conversation, right? Just talk about it. They're not doing that. They're just in their head, stuck. And with the Three of Wands in reverse clarifying it, there's kind of like a minimizing that I feel, where they're trying to minimize and not make it a big thing. And it just like this analysis paralysis that they get in these games that they play, it keeps them small. It keeps them from expanding. It keeps them from planning ahead and getting to where they want to be. You guys see the ladder here? She's kind of climbing a ladder. That it's keeping them stuck. It's keeping them from achieving the clarity that they desire. And we've got the Eight of Swords reversed with the Four of Swords. So I think in some regards, this person, they're getting their power back a little bit in the situation, but they're still needing space. Like mentally, I think that they're not in a good place, you guys. I feel like they're spending a lot of time in the house. Like they've pulled back their energy. They're spending time alone at home. I'm seeing that here. I'm seeing it here and here as well, and here. So their mental health has not been good as it pertains to the situation. I see them in a place where they kind of need to take a step back and rest and just kind of disconnect from the situation. Sometimes when this Four of Swords comes up, it's like Spirit is telling us, you got to take a break. They're in a place where they don't feel like they're getting what they want. Like the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, it's like I'm not getting the ROI from my efforts in this situation. And I almost feel like with this Queen of Cups, this is like them sort of saying you are like emotionally withholding, or you're not being warm with them, or there's something about your emotions that they're perceiving as lacking in reciprocity or maybe even detached. And in their mind, it feels like their efforts, their love, metaphorically, is not being reciprocated or returned. This may not be accurate for you, group 3, from your perspective, but it's how they feel. Okay. So let's continue. Group 3, Spirit. How does this person feel? What are their true emotions for my group 3 viewers? What are their emotions towards my group 3 viewers, please, Spirit? We have deceit. Yes, it's like instead of communicating with you, they're holding back. Defensive. Oof. Tough energies, group 3. And we have victimized. Okay, well, they do respect you, so that's a good thing. At least there's that underneath it all. But this person is in a very disempowered place right now with regard to their feelings, group number 3. They don't feel like they're getting what they want. Instead of talking to you about it, they're pulling back their energy. They're very sensitive and reactive right now as well. And this person feels like very disempowered. Like they don't feel like they're in control of the situation. I just heard, I feel played. For some of you guys, this person might be telling themselves that they got played. They might feel like they got played. With this victim energy, it's like they're letting this narrative of like things are happening to them. It's like they feel things are just happening to them instead of them being an active participant in what they're doing. You know what I mean? Let's see. We have, I'm just not that into you. Well, that's fake. I think that's what they're telling themselves. Like I said, they're trying to minimize it. We have, I'm intentionally avoiding you. Then we have, you bring me peace. That's kind of all over the place. And then they're cold and illogical in their thinking, which makes sense with that moon being at the undertone here. Did you guys like reject them, or were you not that into them, or what happened here? Because to me, this reads like somebody who's wounded. Like they feel rejected, or they feel like they didn't get what they wanted. And so they're putting up a bunch of walls and trying to act like it wasn't that deep. They're not that into you, but really they feel very activated over the situation, jealous, possessive, they're holding you at arm's length. They're kind of intentionally wanting to avoid seeing you right now. But it's interesting because there's the card of you bring me peace. It's like that Queen of Cups is reversed. I feel like when you are warm and kind and compassionate, and when they perceive you as being reciprocal, it helps them feel calm. It helps them feel better. I just think that they seem to have a lot of unhealed wounds that they need to work through, group 3. Like they need to do their inner work. Because it's like they give me the sense that they're leaning on other people to regulate them instead of learning how to regulate themselves through proactive and clear and healthy communication. Oh, goodness, group 3. So I think that's what I'm getting for their feelings. If you guys are ending the reading with me here, do comment below and let me know how it resonates and what's been happening between you and your person. If you're joining me for the extended on Patreon, that'll be linked in the description box below. We're going to look into their likely next action toward you based on the current moment. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next reading soon. Bye.